Hey, how's it going? James Boyd. Today I'm going to go over some handstands and what you need to do to eventually be able to handstand walk. First thing I would suggest doing and experimenting with is the Pike Position, which I'll go ahead and show you. That will simulate the kind of position that you'll be in when in the handstand position. So what that looks like is you go ahead and get into a push-up position right here with the plank. You're then going to bring your feet about hip width apart, maybe slightly wider. Lift your butt up in the air and push your head through to your shoulders. This is the pike. From here, you can do what's called pike push-up. And that right there, if proved difficult, tells you kind of need to get a little stronger in your shoulders. What you can do there to make it harder is to add some height. Behind me I have a box, and I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. You want to put your feet up on here, again get in the pike position, and push your head through your arms right here as far as you can. And then what you can do from there is walk yourself forward. Another thing you can do from there is move left to right. I'll get up there and show you one more time. When you're walking upside down, your arms are locked out. It pretty much is the movement of waddling left to right. So again, I will show you that. You can come up and up and up and up. Then try to touch your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get comfortable doing those. If that stuff's easy for you, great. We'll move on to the next thing. Now we're going to try and get completely upside down on the wall. An easy way to do this is to walk up it backwards. I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. Just like you were in the pike position, you're going to get into that almost push-up position and slowly walk yourself up the wall. If this is where you're comfortable, stop here. And that's fine. If you feel fine in that, go ahead and walk yourself up further. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. From there, walk yourself as close to the wall as you can. And back down. Now being able to get up there and do that a couple times would be good practice for you until you're used to it. Being upside down is daunting. So if you're not used to it, your blood rushes to your head, it can be kind of a different experience. So definitely get comfortable being upside down. Okay, now you know how to climb yourself backwards up the wall. We're going to learn how to kick up to it. You're going to want to stay quite locked out and tight right here when you do this so you don't fall. So again, when you're up there, you can't have loose or your arms not completely locked out. A good way to simulate this would be to grab a plate. Nothing too crazy. This is 25 pounds, for example, but it's going to do what we need it to do. And by simply pressing that and locking out all the way, now I'm simulating the position that I want to be in when I'm upside down. So once you know how that feels, you should know when you're upside down if that feels right. So for this, I would suggest going in little spurts. What I mean by that is go ahead and kick up with a little bit of energy. You might not go all the way, but that's fine. You're feeling what it feels like until you finally kick up all the way. So what that would look like is this. Didn't go up quite all the way, that's fine. Almost there, and then now I'll go all the way. Now I know how much force I'm going to need to kick up. From there, you're also gonna want to practice all the other techniques that you've practiced in the pike up till now. You can do some shoulder touches. Now you're comfortable upside down, you can hold yourself there. You can do some shoulder touches and move left to right. You've pretty much got everything you need to then be able to go to handstand walk. From here, it's just like riding a bike, getting used to that balance. A lot of practice. Some good tips is that will help you when you learn to actually use them. And what I mean by that is actually take what you know when you're upside down and everything's kind of going on and be like, okay, remember, stay tight, bring your legs together, and stuff like that. So to start off with, just like the way we learned to kick up to the wall, you're gonna wanna go up slow and find your balance. If you go too fast, you're gonna launch yourself forward, you might fall over. The other thing that that will do is you're going to have to fight to stabilize a lot more than if you were to go up nice and slow. So, we go up nice and slow. I'm gonna want to start close to my body. My hands are gonna be widespread, and also I'm gonna try and touch, not quite touch my toes, but just in front of them as closely as possible with whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm not going to try and launch really far away from my body. So again, when you go into it, nice and slow, controlled, finding what works for you until you get to that point where you're able to hold upside down. So. And one more time. You can see each time going a little bit further. Okay, once I got up there, I was able to hold it. You want to feel comfortable there, so I would spend a lot of time just holding, staying as still as possible, feeling your body, and when you do move a little bit, how that feels, having control over that. Okay, so you can hold a handstand and you're pretty comfortable, but for some reason you can't walk or you're just not quite there. So what I'm gonna do for that, the way I like to think about it, get upside down, the first thing I do if I wanna go forward is I will bend my legs up and over. Technically it'd be behind me, kind of going over my head, kind of like a scorpion. I know that sounds silly, but that weight shifted forward sends me forward. I'll go ahead and show you what I mean and go ahead and do one. The more you have your legs in front of you, the more you're falling, and you're basically just falling forward, so you want to play with that. Yeah, there's some strength involved, but also there's some little things that can help you. And I'll start from the beginning. So one of the first things I find helped me when I was learning to do it was to do lots of little things. One, I would have my hands nice and wide and spread, already warmed up, stretched out. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to, when I go forward, touch just in front of me and not try and launch myself way out in front. The closer to my body, almost the better. What that's going to do is allow you to do a nice and controlled handstand into the handstand. The reason you want to do that is so that way you're not having to fight the momentum that you created going so far forward to launch yourself up there. Okay, and that's pretty much just all my cues and tips and how I suggest going about learning a handstand walk. The other thing I would also tell you to do is practice this every day. I had to learn it for a competition, and just 5 minutes every day. If you do CrossFit, if you work out, do it before your class or after your class. I mean, I suggest trying it before. That will get you nice and warmed up for your class too. But every day, 5 minutes, doesn't take long, and before you know it, you'll have it. So good luck to you.